Welcome to a Psalm for today. I'm reflecting on what Jesus may have done on Tuesday of Holy Week. The Bible isn't real clear exactly what happened on which day. Some people hold different views about the events of the day of the week. Most controversial is probably which day did Jesus actually die. But nonetheless, on Tuesday of Holy Week, in my view, Jesus most likely gave a sermon in Matthew 23, known by many of us as Woe Unto You. Thus the title of today's live stream, Woe Unto You. As I think about Jesus and his compassionate heart, his sacred, loving heart, I also am reminded of the severity of God. And it seems appropriate to me, as I've heard that Canada just passed a law that potentially makes preaching Romans 1 hate speech. Can you imagine, in the Western Hemisphere, in this mature, so to speak, time of history, it can be hate speech to preach Romans 1. An athlete was just terminated from his job because he addressed sexual sin as viewed by conservatives and called it unrighteousness. He said, and the NBA promotes this unrighteousness. And they fired him so fast because he's going against the narrative that is being foisted on people by whoever controls the narrative. I am guessing that there will be ministers, people of religious leadership, who support known sin. I think Matthew 23 would be preached again to them. Woe unto you. In that day it was called scribes and Pharisees. Now, I'm sure that there were some scribes and some Pharisees who were really good people. But Jesus was going after a group of people called scribes and Pharisees. I think I wrote down a definition of woe. It says, woe conveys an intense exclamation of grief, dread, or denunciation. An intense exclamation of denunciation. Clearly, in Matthew 23, Jesus is giving a denunciation. He is calling down woe on religious leaders who do a whole variety of things. As we consider the psalm for today and think about how our position as conservative Christians could be considered hate speech, it's interesting. They can say anything they want about conservative Christians. It's not hate speech. But, oh man, don't mess with the holy grail of whatever it is they're on at the moment. Psalm 50, our God comes and will not be silent. A fire devours before him, and around him a tempest rages. He summons the heavens above and the earth, that he may judge his people. Thinking about that again, this is Psalm 50, verse 3. Our God comes and will not be silent. Right now, it looks as though conservative Christian values can get martyred in college campuses and cheered for and put on the media as a good thing. But God will come and he will not be silent. In fact, in front of this God who comes that will not be silent, a fire devours before him, and around him a tempest rages. He summons the heavens above and the earth, that he may judge his people. Conservative Christians believe in a judgment day. Now, whether Judgment Day is 24 hours or Judgment Day is a series of events, Judgment Day is one occasion in front of the judgment seat of Christ, there's a white throne judgment, there's different views. But conservative Christians generally believe, not generally, conservative Christians do believe in the judgment. I went to a kind of a liberal Lutheran church. A friend of mine pastors there, and I listened to the creed, and I said, you know, I noticed that you removed, he descended into hell. He said, yes, our theology, there is no grace in hell, and God is all about grace. So we just erased that concept out of our text. Brothers and sisters, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. When my video is screened by the various social medias, it may be deleted. One platform says you will get a strike if you don't keep the narrative. But I want to suggest to you that it's worth running the risk that if we live in intentional opposition to God, Jesus would say, woe to you, woe to me. And our God will come, and he will not be silent. A fire will devour before him, and around him a tempest will rage. He summons the heavens above and the earth, that he may judge his people. Let's just say I'm wrong. Let's say that there is no judgment day coming. Have we lost anything? No. All you can say is, man, what an idiot. He thinks there's a judgment day coming. Let's say I don't say there's a judgment day coming, and there is. Then millions have lost everything. I'm not saying that's up to me, but I'm saying guys like me. If you can go week in and week out to worship services, you can hear sermon after sermon and see a dirge or a lack of reminding us that our God is a consuming fire, that there is appointed unto man once to die, and after that the judgment, then we've failed you. Our God comes, Psalm 53, our God comes and will not be silent. A fire devours before him, and around him a tempest rages. He summons the heavens above and the earth, that he may judge his people. What if all of the Christians in the United States of America, the conservative Christians, decided to boycott any sporting event, any business that promotes this kind of unrighteousness? Could we make a difference?